Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, Exxon Mobil's refinery changes owners and what this means for the city.
Then what local hospital is moving forward with a big renovation.
And all the highlights from this year's State of the City. Find out what's next for Torrance.
Plus, a local company volunteers to give sick children a reason to smile.
These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Exxon Mobil made big news announcing the sale of the Torrance refinery. The company confirmed the plant will be sold to PBF Energy, an independent refiner based in New Jersey. The 700 employees at the Torrance refinery were informed of the sale shortly before the decision was announced publicly. All employees will be offered positions with PBF, and transition teams have been assigned from ExxonMobil to PBF to make the switch as smooth as possible. Mayor Patrick Fury welcomed PBF to Torrance and took some time to answer questions.
They have assured us that safety is their highest priority, and they have indicated that they recognize that they're going to have to gain the trust of the community, and they're up for the task.
The acquisition is expected to finish in the first half of next year. The full press conference is available to view on Torrance CitiCable's YouTube channel.
While the fires in Northern and Central California are finally under control, fire season could be moving to Southern California. The month of October typically marks high-risk season for fires as windier weather combined with hot and dry temperatures makes ideal conditions for brush fires. In Southern California, Santa Ana fires caused by Santa Ana winds have proven to be deadly in previous years. They tend to cluster in coastal and foothill areas along the mountains. The Torrance Fire Department advises residents living in or around hills to keep all combustible items away from your home and close your windows. If you live in a high brush area, make sure the brush is cut down and kept under control. And this year's Fire Prevention Month is titled Hear the Beep Where You Sleep. The Torrance Fire Department hopes to bring awareness to smoke alarms and fire detectors in your homes and businesses. Batteries should also be checked regularly as a majority of house fires occur overnight and could have been avoided with early detection. Throughout the month of October, the Torrance Fire Department will be visiting businesses throughout the city to make sure they are complying with National Fire Protection Association's standards.
And in other fire-related news, Torrance firefighters were on hand to put out a recent fire at the Torrance Municipal Airport. About 30 firefighters arrived at the airport, putting out the blaze in just 9 minutes. Firefighters had to cut open 2 large bay doors to enter the hangar where the fire was located. The hangar is located on the southeast corner of the airport. No one was injured, and the museum is up and running as usual. According to the Torrance Fire Department, the cause is still under investigation. A local hospital announced plans to move forward with a major project. Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center Torrance is moving forward with an $80 million project. Plans include a 106,000 square foot outpatient clinic that will feature 3 stories with a full cancer treatment center. The parking structure and medical offices were scheduled to be built in 2009, but was delayed due to the recession. Construction to both facilities will be resuming this year. Providence Health Services purchased the site in 2007 for $14 million from the Daily Breeze, who operated at the location from 1965. Providence plans to include some of the original architecture, including the blue exterior tiles from the former newspaper building, and incorporate them into the design of the new building.
And in other renovation news, a park makeover project in the city will be completed by the end of next month. McMaster Park, located on Artesia Boulevard adjacent to the North Torrance Branch Library, is receiving updates to its services and surrounding structures. Renovation plans include new roundabout curbs as well as a median in the parking lot. The buildings around the park will also receive a renovation. Stucco and paintwork is ongoing, as well as insulation and lighting. The playground is officially complete, but everything except the North Torrance Branch Library will remain closed to the public. Construction should be complete by late October, and a grand reopening ceremony is expected to be scheduled for sometime in November.
Well, still ahead, a sneak peek at the Amo Fashion Center's much-anticipated reveal.
Plus, South Bay performers show off their talent at an annual competition.
The Torrance Police Department partnered up with 2 local organizations to take steps toward a safer community. Residents showed up with their old, expired, and unwanted drugs as part of a nationwide drug take-back day. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency partners with local law enforcement to provide a place where drugs can be dropped off without question and disposed of safely. Members of the Thelma McMillan Center and Behavioral Health Services were also on site at the Torrance Police Department to bring awareness to a growing issue.
Part of our program is to educate the community and parents and young people on the dangers of having young people to have access to overused or available prescription medication that are out there in their homes.
It's important for the community because no community escapes the problem of drug addiction, alcoholism, substance abuse. And the earlier that the family can be treated, the adolescent can be treated, the sooner the problem can be dealt with and arrested.
The Thelma McMillan Center is an outpatient program that provides free consultations and assessments for drug treatment.
Attendees gathered for an evening of moon gazing at one of the rarest and dramatic times of this year. The Madrona Marsh held a fundraiser to celebrate the total lunar eclipse that had happened recently. Attendees gathered for an evening of telescope moon gazing and even learned about the lunar eclipse. Attendees were also provided starlit tours and food to enjoy during this special evening. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth is between the full moon and the sun. The Earth's shadow covers the moon, and the lunar eclipse or blood moon will change to a deep red glow. Experts say that during a total lunar eclipse, the moon will appear about 14% larger and 30% brighter. This will be the fourth total lunar eclipse in 2 years. The event was part of an effort to raise money to help sustain and protect the Madrona Marsh Nature Center and Preserve, located right here in Torrance.
This is a very exciting thing that's happening. It's happening right up in the sky above us. And it's an opportunity to not only admire it, because it is going to be pretty, but it's an opportunity to know what's happening in the heavens, where we stand. And literally tonight we stand right in between the moon and the sun. And it's the sun's reflection around the Earth, and because the moon is at its closest to Earth in its orbit, that it will appear to be red. It will also appear to be very big.
This super lunar event won't happen for another 18 years until 2033. For more information on any upcoming events at the Madrona Marsh Preserve, go to friendsofmadronamarsh.com. As thousands of square feet of space comes back to life at the Amo Fashion Center, our Torrance CitiCABLE crew got the first sneak peek of the brand new mall. Reporter Hibas Ahmed takes us inside.
And we're bringing back brand new state-of-the-art shopping to the South Bay.
With natural light flowing from all directions, media crews along with mall personnel got a first look at the new 2-level fashion center, which is set to open in just a few weeks.
The Grand Court here will also showcase our new guest services center.
This is kind of surreal for me because I used to shop in the center as a child, and to be able to come back full circle with this brand new project that Simon has taken on and open our newest design concept is pretty exciting.
As a new Nordstrom manager for Del Amo, Sherry Boutis got the chance to show us one of the main stops on the tour, the 138,000 square foot flagship Nordstrom store that will give shoppers an experience like no other.
More space for the customers to see the product instead of back of the house space. A lot of light coming in the stores, natural woods, full service restaurant, which we did not have previously, called Bazil, indoor seating at our E-bar.
The new Nordstrom will offer complimentary Wi-Fi, multiple entrances to the department store, and exclusive brands. And while Nordstrom is one of the prime highlights of the center, Senior VP Chuck Davis from Simon Properties says the stores throughout the mall will be bigger and better.
I would say at least a dozen or more of our stores are exclusive to the South Bay, and this will be their only location from LAX down to the harbor.
Davis says the new shopping destination will have 100 new retail stores and will give people living on the hill and in the beach cities finally a one-stop shop for everything.
Trying to get a little bit of something for everyone. We certainly are not looking to change customers. We're looking to enhance and deepen the customer base to the broadest audience of the South Bay.
Del Amo also announced the unveiling of big-name stores like Uniqlo, Hugo Boss, Vince Camuto, Kate Spade, and even a Victoria's Secret that will be twice the normal retail size.
We're really trying to elevate the experience from the minute you drive up to Del Amo to where you park, to you come in, and hopefully have a very comfortable and positive customer experience
And speaking of parking, the 2,000-car parking structure on Del Amo Way will offer convenience and safe entrances into the mall. Brand new changes that THIS is looking forward to as Del Amo takes fashion to the next level. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. The Del Amo expansion began in 2013. The grand opening is on October 9th. 60 of the new 100 retailers will be open by that time. The new center will bring more than 400 jobs to the community.
Making Strides Against Breast Cancer held their annual 5K fundraising walk at Wilson Park. More than 600 participants came together and over $55,000 was raised. Jesse Pierre has the story.
For Karen Benedict, a 7-year breast cancer survivor, the walk symbolizes triumph and perseverance.
It really represents the struggle because in the very beginning when you realize or you get that diagnosis of cancer, you're in this disbelief where you're thinking, well, I don't feel sick, or it just doesn't feel real. So that represents the very beginning of the walk when you're starting off and you're like, hey, this is kind of easy, you know, it's not too bad. Then you get to the middle and you're like, wait a minute, I'm getting kind of tired, you know, it's getting hot. And then you really have to push yourself to go towards the very end and finish.
Since becoming cancer-free in 2008, Benedict has been committed to fighting this disease. She's part of the Rack Pack, a team that's dedicated to raising money to fight cancer. They were even recognized for being one of the top fundraisers. It's moments like these that make Chairperson Gina Calderon so proud.
I always feel great about the outcome because it really brings family and community together, and we keep growing every year.
I didn't know much about it until our friend was diagnosed with it, so what she's doing is trying to spread awareness to people like us, and we're trying to spread awareness to people who don't know about it as well, so I guess you just sort of hope it's like wildfire.
The positive energy that filled this event was undeniably inspiring.
It gives me strength. It really, empowers me to continue to fight for the cause and to enjoy every day. And it keeps me inspired, because it's bigger than I am. This is bigger than I am.
As time went on, I started meeting a lot of people who were going through the same kind of feelings I was. And I found out that maybe I got this challenge for a reason.
Benedict has used her personal victory to spread awareness. In 2012, she became a Reach to Recovery counselor for the American Cancer Society to help even more people with their fight, and preaches the importance of early detection.
I had to find some kind of meaning behind the reason why I got cancer. So that's really my motivation is to inform others and bring awareness and raise money for the cause.
It's a celebration for all those crossing the finish line. Supporters came out in large numbers to support the 5K fundraising walk. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jesse Pierre.
Thanks, Jesse. Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Torrance will continue to fundraise to the end of the year. To support, visit makingstrides.acsevents.org/Torrance.
The future is looking brighter than ever for the city of Torrance. The annual State of the City Luncheon brought the community together to reveal how far the city has come in the past year and what the future holds. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Hiba Samad has more.
There's a number of folks I have to thank, but first, what I'd like to do is, how about we get the selfie, huh?
Starting on a light note, Mayor Fury was quick to get the packed room even more excited as he announced one of the main highlights of the State of the City speech, the city's flourishing economy.
I'm here today to set the record straight that business is booming in the city of Torrance, truly.
In the last year, the city has issued over 2,000 business licenses and has even earned a new name.
In the last year, we've been also correctly referred to as an economic powerhouse.
An economic powerhouse that many longtime business owners like Michael Schaefer has seen grow.
When I first opened 24 years ago, downtown Torrance was a ghost town. And through the redevelopment agency and through businesses coming in, we have cleaned it up. We have made it a beautiful place.
With the business boom, there is one type of business Mayor Fury says is making its mark.
We'll have a total of 9 breweries in our city. Now, beer isn't the only thing these breweries are creating. Jobs, commercial activity, and tax revenue all bubble up from this industry.
feel like that it adds to it, and it gives us Torrance to be a destination for folks to come to try different kinds of beers. I was like, it doesn't have to be one beer for, one person. There's a lot of different things for everybody to try.
As the owner of Red Car Brewery, one of the first breweries in Torrance, Lori Latham Brandt hopes more entrepreneurs will open shop in Torrance.
I think everyone's gotten together and we really tried to put Torrance on the map.
I used to have to say, oh, Torrance is a city, we're located near LA. I don't have to say that anymore.
Athena Prokis' business recently opened, and she says her business has skyrocketed.
Our business has quadrupled in size since we moved to Torrance, which was only about a year and a half ago. So we've been powerfully successful here.
With the business boom, Fury also discussed other major accomplishments like water conservation, high graduation rates, and of course the Amo Fashion Center renovation, which many people were excited to hear about.
That's huge for us as a business owner. It's going to increase traffic for us.
We have to hear the good things. We have to know there's megaphones on the tables, and that's because we want people to shout out what we're doing, understand what we're doing.
And good things are coming to Torrance. The mayor announced a new transit initiative, a larger Costco, and a July 4th celebration residents won't forget.
Soon I will be bringing information to council that will allow a fireworks show to return to Torrance next July 4th.
New changes as Torrance paves the way for an exciting year ahead. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. The mayor also discussed safety as a priority in the city's top-ranked hospitals. 304 guests attended and more than 35 businesses were represented at the event. Mayor Fury stated the city address will be cablecast on Torrance CitiCABLE beginning October 7th at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 8 p.m.
The second annual South Bay's Got Talent competition was held at the James Armstrong Theater. Jesse Pierre was behind the scenes soaking up all the action.
Don't bring around a clattering on my parade.
The Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation is bringing the best of South Bay to perform their art on one stage.
We want to offer them a chance to get on stage and perform in as close to a professional atmosphere as we could.
Over 60 performers auditioned to compete, and of those, 22 have been selected, bringing us a range of talents. Elena Yim, who's lived in Torrance all her life, is returning for her second year. This time, she's just having fun with it.
This instrument is ukulele. This year, I'll be singing a mashup of George Ezra's Budapest and Colby Calais' Fallen.
The energy is really high and the nerves are racing. All the contestants are putting their final touches on their performances to compete for the second annual South Bay's Got Talent.
As the music kept playing, moving to the rhythm of our love.
I think I'm more nervous than him. I always get nervous. I try to be really calm around him just so he can be calm, but I'm like sweating out there when I'm watching it.
The performances are so extraordinary that judges like Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Perla Batala and music agent Rick Farrell had a tough challenge ahead of them.
It's hard to explain what that thing is, but a spark, something really special, sometimes magic, whatever that feeling is that's hard to put a word to.
The presentation, the talent, the execution, if they don't miss any notes and don't miss any steps, if they, the better the performance and presentation is really gonna make those contestants get the best score.
But one girl's performance stood out enough to wow the judges.
I love it more than ever.
9-year-old Torrance resident Nicole Lano has loved to perform since she was 6 years old. Her biggest fans and supporters are her family, who came out to cheer her on in a big way, and they were overwhelmed with emotions.
I feel proud and great. Just so proud of her, because she works so hard, and it's just great to see on stage and the payoff and everything, and to see her cry of tears of joy. It's so sweet.
I'm the winner.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jessie Pierre.
Thanks, Jesse. First place winner Nicole was given a trophy as well as a full entry registration scholarship toward the 2016 World Championships of the Performing Arts. Nicole has been dancing since she was 6 years old and doesn't plan to stop anytime soon.
It's a place that's been educating community residents on how to produce their own programs since the 80s. TCTV, which is located just around the corner from our studios, will soon be heading to HD. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Hibba Samad shows us a glimpse of how they've been helping dreams come true.
This was recorded live, actually.
From producing music to your own TV show, TCTV coordinator Don Fifi is showing this newcomer the endless possibilities within these studio walls.
Depending on where you are, if you get that upshot coming down on them, that's cool.
TCTV is community television, and what we do is we provide a facility for the community to come in and use the facility and to learn about television.
Torrance residents and members of nonprofit organizations have the opportunity to tell their stories, explore creative boundaries, and learn the skills to produce non-commercial programming, all for free.
The difference with TCTV is that on an iPhone, you can only shoot one camera. We can shoot multiple cameras and do all sorts of editing that you can't do in an iPhone environment. So what we're doing is we're extending what they can normally do now to a different level.
TCTV offers workshops educating the public on how to work in the studio, be out in the field, and even edit their programs. A platform where people can go from knowing nothing to everything.
In the beginning, I couldn't even operate a digital camera. And today, I can use almost any piece of equipment that they have here.
With a background in theater, John Powers came to TCTV with his dreams of producing his own web comedy series.
Take my programming, take my creations, if you will, and to realize them and to share them with both our local community and with the community globally.
And once the producers are done with their shows, the fruits of their labor can be seen by thousands. TCTV programs can be seen on Time Warner Cable Channel 28 or on Verizon Fios Channel 36. And with more than 70,000 potential viewers tuning in, producers like Powers realize the unique opportunity that's offered to people like him.
Gives you a great deal of confidence that you can turn to the staffing here.
Michael Smith, Cable and Community Relations Manager for the City of Torrance, says such a facility of this scale is unheard of today.
It's the First Amendment free speech forum for the residents to be able to say whatever they want to say. It's funded through the cable TV franchise fee. The franchise fee is rent paid by the cable operator for use of the public right-of-way.
And this state-of-the-art facility will only continue to improve.
We installed new high-definition cameras in the studio. We have field packs, high definition, coupled with low energy using LED light kits.
And as long as people like Powell keep pursuing their imagination, TCTV will carry on its mission of providing a creative space for the public.
It's just a fun environment where we get together, we work with them, and we help them produce or see their dream of what they can accomplish.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hibba Samad.
Thanks, Hibba. TCTV will be hosting an open house with tours showing the facility on Saturday, October 10th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. On average, 10 to 15 shows are produced at TCTV on a monthly basis. Well, still ahead, some upcoming events you won't want to miss.
The holidays may be a couple of months away, but one local retailer is already preparing for the busy season. Penney is hiring 1,500 seasonal associates throughout the area, including the location at the Amo Fashion Center in Torrance. The company is looking for friendly associates that can work in a variety of customer service positions. Positions are available in all departments, and positions could turn permanent. If interested, you can apply in person at the store using the kiosk machine or online at jobs.jcp.com. And if you're interested in working with the Torrance Fire Department, well, the application to be a firefighter opens on October 13th at 7:30 a.m. and closes on October 14th at 5:30 p.m. For more information, visit torranceca.gov/TFD. Two local organizations teamed up to give sick children in hospitals a reason to smile. Lisa Lee has the story.
She said to make sure you layer the edges really well.
Piece by piece, the Nominix employees are creating hats unlike any other.
When these children get to put on these hero hats, they really feel like they are heroes, and
You know, they give their parents that strength. That's why hats are such a wonderful way to bring joy to these kids.
For the first time, Phenomenex is partnering with Happy Hats, an organization that's been bringing smiles to the faces of hospitalized children for the past 24 years.
Each one is creating a masterpiece of a creative little hat that they are decorating, and all of these little hats are going to go to children with cancer and other life-threatening illnesses in foreign countries as well as here.
I'm gonna try it on for you. Put it on your head, and it makes everything a little more fun, a little more exciting. This is like a pop of color and a pop of fun, and most of all, a little bit of a distraction from, you know, some hard things that they're facing at such a young age. That's a lot to take in.
For Lindsay Johnson, helping children has always been a passion. It's one of the reasons she decided to become a member of Phenomenex's charity club.
You know, I feel just inspired. I feel more optimistic, more positive, like little, you know, stresses from the office or, you know, just the kind of everyday worries, they melt when you're doing something like this, when you're participating in such a profound, you know, like I said, a simple statement can make such a profound difference in a kid's life that really puts everything into perspective.
We will give this kind of hats. You see this kind of hats that are unbelievable, you know, to this kid. You lift their heart. You make them feel so great, and that is priceless.
Inside each of these packages is a storybook with a special message for hospitalized children, as well as a hero hat. And with a little bit of creativity and a lot of colorful decorations, each of these plain hats is transformed into a hat fit for a hero. And along with each package is a special message.
From Lindsay at Phenomenex, you are my hero. Stay strong and keep inspiring.
Inspiring those involved to keep giving back.
I've seen a lot of tears. I've seen a lot of smiles. I think everyone's inspired. I know a lot of people are asking for us to plan this event again so that we can have their families come and their children so that their children can learn from a young age how to give back and what it feels like to do good.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Lisa Lee.
Thanks, Lisa. Happy Hats has programs in 64 hospitals throughout the country and hopes to expand it to 75 by the end of this year. They made a total of 93 hats and raised $1,750, which will buy hats for more than 500 kids. If you'd like to be involved with the organization, call 310-787-0970. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.